we study so much in school. We read a lot about policies, we read a lot about different issues that affect not just the elderly, but society or in general. But I think that doing things like this, like getting your hands dirty and really going deep into the community that you want to help, is really important because it gives you a sense of what's really happening, and it really enables you to get to know the community that you're trying to study. So I think that it would, just enhance and expand my worldview, and it would make me an even better, policy person in general.
Which is one of the most important aspect of the government policy. So let's say every government will have the policy for the old. So by engaging myself with the old, I actually know better of what policy should be made for the old.
Back in year 2001 or 2002, there's an auntie in the starting old folks home that I volunteer with. She tell me that she's very thankful that there's volunteer like myself to reach out to her before she passed away. Yeah. So actually 2 weeks before she passed away, she sensed it and she tell me that keep up the spirit and you'll be a great man. So the words keep coming back. And I asked myself, how can I be great if I'm a normal volunteer? When I sleep that night, I still remember, how can I be great? So after 2 weeks, I tell myself, I alone come out and set volunteer group together with some good friends so that we can serve the elderly better.
It's also because of my parents, because before that, my dad was actually passed away. And I did not have time with him at all. When he passed away, I was actually overseas. So, and then me is something that it's just a lot of things that I find that I need to do more. So I think that that was the reason why that we find that helping the elderly is something that we need to do, because I think that all of us are parents. Parents will get old one day, right? So I think that they need people, they need the family members and to be around with them, to spend the rest of the time with them as well.
I had a granny who stayed with us, and but I didn't have a very good relationship with her. Though I know she's my granny and she's old, that I should take care of her, but I didn't love her, so to speak, because she didn't treat my mom well. So 6 years ago, after she passed away, surprisingly, I cried very hard at her funeral. So that was then I told myself that, okay, now since I couldn't love her while she was alive, so why not I transfer this love to the elderly in general. So that was how I started my volunteering journey in an elderly home.
Typical weekdays, Monday to Friday, right? They wake up about 6 o'clock. They'll have the nurses will bring them to bathe first, right? Then clean them up. 7:30 they have their breakfast, okay? Then 11 o'clock, 11:30 they have their lunch, followed by tea break, which is 2:30. Their dinner time is pretty early, 4:30. But before they sleep, they have to sleep all by 9 o'clock, The main reason I did ask the nursing staff is because the nursing staff also need to rest. They cannot go 24 hours. Yeah. So by 9 o'clock they rest, then the nurse also have chance to take a break. Yeah. So before 9 o'clock, if they need any like snacks before they sleep, the nursing staff will give them.
The homes here got typically about 5 activities. Start with the makan session, which means celebrate the birthday. They have the mass game session, which you saw just now. They also have the handicraft sessions. And then finally is the befriending. Of course, ad hoc basis, there will be another session called outings. Outing is when people sponsor. So along the way, there are few, for example, mass game and the makan session requires a lot of volunteers.
So in total, in All Saints Tampines, there's about 180 plus elderly, right? So there's some elderly, actually, they don't have any family members.
Nice to meet you.
Happy to meet you.
Happy to meet you too. Nice to meet you.
So Miss, what were you doing before you came here?
I said ice water and I said Tupperware. I have a lot of Malay customers.
So you always hold Tupperware parties.
Yeah,
I love Tupperware parties.
How long have you been staying at the home?
15 years.
15 years.
Oh, that's a lot.
So, 1.5. Yeah.
Do you have many friends here?
No. Both my parents passed away. Both my parents are from China, they passed away already. And now I stay with my second brother. My sister-in-law don't accept me.
Does your brother come and visit you as well?
Yeah, the other day come and visit me. But when my brother come with my sister-in-law, they'll say, I go out and buy oranges. But once they go out, they come empty-handed. My sister-in-law will ask my brother, don't buy for her. But she don't like me, what I can do? Even we sit at the same table, she will turn her backside towards me.
Auntie, how old are you?
61. This 25, 25th I'll be 62.
Very soon.
Yeah. Before the accident, I was a taxi driver.
Oh, that's great.
But before that, I was a florist.
Oh, wow. Florist. Which one is your favorite flower?
Peonies. You know, Lee Kuan Yew stays until he's about 98, then
You
he
see?
died.
Yeah.
And he never said die.
When we came here at the time, we found a lot of challenges because that was the very first time. We may not be able to communicate with the elderly because we didn't know them, they didn't know you, so they may not want to share a lot of things with you as well, even though you try to open up, you try to talk to them. Because I think that some of the elderly down here, they do have, maybe they do have children, but the children just left them, or maybe they were away. So certain topics we will have to be very sensitive, and we try not to ask them about the family member as much as we can, because that will actually bring a lot of maybe sad memories to them.
Frankly, no old folks that is having stroke, wheelchair bound is really happy. But she said one thing that triggered my thoughts that we need to continue regardless whether the Saturday 4 volunteer or 6. Okay. She said one thing. She mentioned that, okay, without you coming for this week's typical Saturday, there's no enjoyment in life.
I think elderly are very easy people. All they want is really someone to acknowledge their presence. So they're just like you and me. We should just treat them, look upon them as our friends. We shouldn't look upon them as, they are someone senior, they are slow, they are senile.
I even know some of them what they like. One of the ladies here, they like to go around the world. You have to wheel them. The moment you wheel them, I call it go around the world. You wheel them, going round and round. She don't like to be stopped. But she don't like to wheel herself. She wants somebody to wheel her going round this compound. Okay. I also got to know there's one lady who likes chocolate ice cream, despite the fact that she's already 80 years old. So when I see her, I say, okay, I'll get you chocolate ice cream, one flavor. And there's one who got a stroke, but she likes chicken rice, So they are funny requests, you know what I mean? You get to know them, and from there you got to know them more.
They just want a friend. They just want people to acknowledge their presence. So as a student, as a young adult, I think just throw away those thoughts that you have in your mind about, I don't know how to talk to an elderly because of language barrier or whatsoever. No, just take the first approach. A smile is good enough. Just a smile is good enough. Next is to extend your hand. That's all. Busy? Everyone is busy. All of us, we have only 24 hours. So it's really a matter of, do you want to take the first step to reach out to someone in need? I was a very busy person. I was really spending more than 12 hours in my work, to the extent that I couldn't spend enough time with my family. But then I didn't feel happy. Although I had a good career, I was earning good money, but I wasn't happy at all because all those actually, my social life, my family life was being compromised. So, because I kept telling myself, hey, I was busy, you know, I really had no time for other people, for my family. So after going through that period and after experiencing volunteering, that was then I realized, hey, you know, you can be busy, you can be the richest person in the world, you can be earning a lot of money, but if you're not happy, you know, if you're not spending your time wisely with the people you love, you are not living a life.
One of the staff at the nursing home actually told us that actually the key need which they had was not so much in terms of having to raise funds, etc., but it was really in terms of being able to look for volunteers who were willing to spend their time with the elderly.
Money is not that important. Maybe what's more important is the emotional interaction.
What we are lagging is volunteer leaders. Okay, volunteer leaders can come from all walks of life. You don't have to be a very high level vice president in a bank. Okay, people with a true heart. Okay, the seniors will guide them to how to lead a volunteer group.
Sure, volunteer is the best act that you as a part of society can give back to the society.
You feel like you do the right thing, yeah, and it is your responsibility that you are living in a society and you have to take care of that society for the well-being of that society.
Volunteerism is something come from the bottom of your heart. Nothing can force you, okay? Ultimately, the key one is you must achieve a sense of satisfaction. So the question is, when you see the old folks, you win a smile from them, you know, by taking care of them, whatever they, you know. The question is, does it give you that satisfaction? If it does, it will keep you going.
The key message I want to share with the people is, do a first step into volunteering. Okay, let yourself experience one day of volunteering. I use the word voyage. Volunteer offer you a great experience. Okay, voyage. Okay, so you create your first step into volunteering, whether with the children, with the disability, or with the elderly.
It's a way of knowing myself too, like how will I react, how will this experience transform me afterwards, and I want my talent to be a blessing to others. Hopefully that would make them happy.
I was quite happy because I can offer help to others, and it's actually a benefit to me because I also learn how to share, how to love others, how to cooperate with others, and how to communicate better with others.
Release my stress. It's kind of the way to release your stress as well, right? So I've been here trying so hard to catch up with the class, studying without caring with the other people and outside environment. So I want to get out of the box, get out of the school, to know more about what's happened in Singapore. It's not only about what happened in school, but to know more about what's going on outside of that world.
Emotionally, I think it was very somber for me personally because it triggered a lot of thinking. So I ended up calling my parents at night and speaking to them because it's something that we will go through, you know, with our parents or with ourselves as well. Like, I kind of really don't like the idea of aging. I find that really, really scary personally. So it involved a lot of thinking.